All right, everybody, welcome back. My name is Voidwalker Joe. This is going to be a part 2 to my last Data Mine video. This is essentially going to cover everything I missed from last time. Now, this was supposed to come out a couple days ago, but I've been very busy moving. So once I get done moving, I will be ramping up the videos once again. Now, as you all might have already known, there is an information drought as we're in between 317 and 318. 318 has been pushed till December time. So that's an official statement coming out of CIG. And so in between there really isn't going to be too much to share as far as information goes. So I guess whatever comes out in between then, any little bits, maybe I'll compile them all into a video. I don't know yet. Still in that awkward growing phase where I am still thinking of what to do for videos and different content. So if you guys have any idea at all what you guys would like to see, please let me know in the comments below. I have so many ideas, and I guess I will tackle them one by one. And whatever sticks, I guess, right? Now, before I get into this information I'm about to share with you guys, just want to remind everybody that there's a chance I could misinterpret some of this stuff. So if I do get anything wrong, please let me know in the comments below. And yeah, I welcome corrections. So also keep in mind that this stuff isn't guaranteed to come out in 318. It could come out 319, 4.0, something other than that. It could just be laying the groundwork for something in the future. Also, has a good chance of maybe just not coming out. But nonetheless, it is exciting to sit here and talk about it and kind of envision where CIG wants to go with it and what they're thinking right now. Some of this information has been out for quite a while, so some of you already know some of this. But this is mostly for the people that don't really follow this kind of news. So today what we're going to be going over is some more mission variants, some of the new weapons that are coming out. There is a new bug, as well as a couple new ships that have been kind of leaked out, other than the medical variant Pisces. We will likely see at IAE. And when I said bug just a couple seconds ago, I do not mean a new issue within the game itself. Lord knows we have enough of those in-game already, and we don't need any more. So what I'm talking about is an actual creature that will be living within the caves that we can actually hopefully see. And to kick it off, the new sand cave bug will be the first thing that we talk about today. Now, the pictures that you see on the right side here are likely pictures of what's called the stone bug. And based on the text that we're seeing in front of us here, it says item commodities stone bug shell. So this is actually going to be a commodity that you're going to be able to buy, trade, and maybe find in some of these caves. The description of it reads, known to curl into a tight ball when threatened, the stone bug is sought after for its tough shell, which can be removed and used as a durable material that has even been utilized in certain armor composites. It also says right down below the description of the stone bug shell, it says it's carryable, harvestable, and it also says that its base price is 16, max discount percentage 100, and max premium percentage 150. Now that makes me wonder whether we're going to actually be able to find this creature and actually take its shell off, or we're just going to find the shell all by itself kind of laying around. And I don't know if I'm going to be actually scared of this thing or not, because this thing kind of looks like a facehugger when it doesn't have its shell. Now, moving on from the stone bug, you can see in some of the other descriptions here, you see within particle effects, it says creepy crawlies. Now, with it being underneath the label of particle effects, I'm assuming they're going to be very similar to something like what we already have right now in caves, in some of the caves, which are those glowworm looking things that are on top of the caves and kind of on the walls. The difference between the glowworms and these creepy crawlies are the fact that one of the descriptions underneath the creepy crawlies, it says, "Fly, my children, fly." So I'm wondering if these things are actually going to be flying around kind of like small little tiny bugs. But we will have to see, because it also says in the file path, in order, cave, archetypes, layers, planet, caves, and then it says sand at the end. So that gives us the assumption that these are going to be in the new sand caves that was previously talked about in a ISC, along with all the other types of caves that they are working on within a year from now. So we might even see these bugs and creepy crawlies in the other caves that they mention as well.
Additional archetypes that we are scheduled to work on in the next 1 year. It's gonna be the rock archetype, which will replace the existing caves. Then we also have the acidic archetype, which will fit into Ariel and less parts of Stanton, where you have those bubbling acid pools, salt or sulfur pools. Then there's also the ice archetype, which will be great for Microtech and its moons, for example. And the last one that's actually scheduled is the overgrown one, which will also work well on Microtech in the forests and on Hurston.
Moving on now to some of the brand new missions we'll see that I didn't cover in the last video. First thing I want to point out here is that it looks like we finally have a name for that 600i settlement that they showed off, which looks like it's called Whistler's Crypt. And the description of it says some things are best left buried. So I'm very happy to know that we have a name now. But moving on, it looks like we're getting a new outpost mission. Now what you can see here is a bunch of datapad entries that has to do with a new security protocol, and it says use the password to open up the kitchen safe. In the bottom datapad, it says friendly reminder, all our passwords end with the first number always being the same as the serial number of the Cyclone parked in a garage. So after that, it gives you the heading. So I'm wondering where this is actually located at. And I don't think that this is going to be a part of the 600i settlement, but it also could be. We're just going to have to wait and see. Next, we have a retake location mission, and it doesn't tell us who the contractor is, but you can see the details of the mission is neutralize all targets, short and long. Don't exactly know what that means. And then it says reach location before targets escape. Of course, we don't have any indication on where this could be and who it's from. Next mission we're talking about is an investigation mission, and it's very similar to the kind of investigation missions that they were kind of teasing us about at CitizenCon. And these are specifically journal entries where it talks about failing the mission. It says the information submitted by you was found to be incorrect or substantial based of a third educator. Then goes on to say that you can have a lack of critical evidence. There's also some journal entries if you manage to pass the investigation mission, saying the information submitted to you was found to be accurate based of a third educator. Investigation result, decision approved. Information is being reviewed. Notification will be sent when information is verified. So this is actually really cool to see that CIG is actually putting what they showed at CitizenCon in the game here shortly, hopefully. Next, we have new maintenance missions. Now, this doesn't really tell you about the mission itself, but it says rep scope, meaning this is going to be the different ranks that you have for a maintenance position. So these are going to be a specific mission archetype within the game. And as you can see here, it says the first rank is applicant, second rank is technician in training, third is junior technician, fourth is technician, fifth is technician, senior technician, and sixth is master technician. And then moving on to the last two little tidbits, there is going to be a new carryable drug-filled Pico. Yes, you heard that right. Our beloved Pico is about to get defiled. Poor Pico the Penguin. Now, we don't know where exactly we're going to find these guys, but probably in the shadier areas of Stanton, and maybe along with the shadier missions. And now for the last one, it says mission items, evidence, and basketball. Now, not really too much to say there other than seems like space basketball might be a thing after all. I always kind of thought that was going to be Sadaball replacing basketball, but yeah, I guess it's still around. And who knows, maybe this means that we'll get a Pico basketball version. Could be his brother, who knows. Next topic of the day is the new Volt line of weapons. Now, these pictures aren't exactly new. We have seen these. These are sneak peeks that we've gotten from CIG, as well as the three on the left were shown off during an ISC in the past. Now, the one bit of information that we actually get about these weapons are the actual names, which we didn't know before. For anybody that doesn't know what the acronym VOLT actually stands for, it stands for Verified Off-World Laser Technologies. Now, starting off with the top left, we have the Quartz SMG, the Frenzel LMG below that, and then the Zenith Sniper Rifle below that one. And then in the middle, we have the Prism Shotgun, and to the right of that, we have the Pulse Pistol. These are definitely some of the coolest weapons we've gotten so far, and no doubt to be some of the most popular in the future. Now on to the last topic of the day, which is vehicles. Looks like we're getting a new Argo ship called the Argo MCV. The MCV's description is as follows. The MCV is great if you're looking to start up a business, but I think it'd be a solid choice even if you were just looking to find a new hobby. Imagine having one of these in your hangar and being able to take it out and tinker whenever you feel like it. It also says that the MCV is built to be a mobile factory, perfect for anyone who is trying to kick off their manufacturing empire. Now, this also could be a ground vehicle. We don't know yet. Now, this saying specifically that it's built to be a mobile factory has me thinking that it's going to be a fairly large ship or ground vehicle, especially when you think about the fact that it says mobile factory and it says you're going to need this to start up a business or a hobby. And what kinds of things are we going to be able to tinker with and manufacture within this vehicle? We're just going to have to wait and see. The last vehicle that we're going to talk about right now is that it looks like we're going to actually have some sort of forklift in-game that we're actually going to move around. It says actor movable trolley. So it's going to be classified underneath trolleys, but it's going to be a forklift you could actually use. So it's going to be interesting to see the applications in which we're going to use it. So that about wraps up this video. Thank you guys for sticking around and watching. If you guys enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing and comment down below your thoughts on everything that was shared today. Also, one last thing, I appeared in a podcast with my buddy Shadow Spectre 11. I'll have a link in the description below. Go check it out. We talk about CitizenCon. I hope you guys had a great time, and I'll see you in the next video.